So guess who power leveled after the last part? That's right, me. So before we get on with that, we are of course going to do some letter stuff. Let's read about some orichalcum. Alright, good to hear about that. Thanks for telling me another thing I can't have, Taka. And my response. I hope you didn't enjoy me talking over the latter half of those letters, because, gonna not do that anymore because somebody, meaning me, is tired of these videos desyncing because Windows Movie Maker lags a lot. Right, with that done, today we're gonna head on down to Togas Manor. That's what we were supposed to do after the Cave of Shadows, but to be honest, I don't think that's really what you're supposed to do directly after, despite the fact that the story tells you to, because this upcoming part is tough. Naturally, we do have to take the Nautilus because I think the Invincible is too slow. At the very least, it feels too slow and there's no mountains to get over, so either way, even if we could get through with the Invincible, I'm not going to. I'm gonna park right here. Alright, let's talk to old Doga and Une, because quite frankly, I want that key to Eureka. Alright, what am I getting? It's my reward. Do we step on this to get to the top screen? Is that it? Do we finally get to go up there? Alright, so now there's this little magic circle. If you need healing, then of course the healing pot is always available, as per usual, but I don't. So here we are in Togas Grotto, a very linear dungeon, which I'm pretty sure is much different from the original. First up we have Nemesis, before we get back into the area itself. They have the Gaze ability, which I believe inflicts Confuse, so they are a little tough in that manner. Got a fair amount of attack power as well, but I forget how much I grinded. I think I probably went up to level, might have been 50. At the very least it's 45 because that's what the boss's levels are at, but I think it might have actually been 50, I'd have to check again. But yeah, basically I power leveled at the dungeon, which we certainly didn't see. You know, the Ancient's Maze where that crystal was. Yeah, I power leveled there off screen because it's not like there are any important cutscenes there or something. Didn't pick up any treasures, of course, that'll be when we actually go through the dungeon, but it's got some good enemies to practice on, and also kind of a weird spoilery one. But anyway, Togas Grotto, I believe the format is a lot different than it was. In the original there were a lot of dead ends. It wasn't exactly a maze, it was just for a few floors, there were a few different places to go that would lead you nowhere. Honestly, it's kind of an ugly looking layout. This one's linear, but it looks kind of cool. It's kind of like the Tower of Owen, except, you know, the other way around. We're going underground. Though I think this one's cool. I've said it time and time again, this area in itself looks kind of boring, because it's just generic, boring, brownish, yellowish cave, but at the same time, I think they actually make a pretty interesting format for this dungeon. I do like the spiral thing. I'm totally into that. Though that being said, I don't know why Doga and Une are all the way down here. I mean, you can test us, sure, but, this is really just a waste of time. I mean, Xande's going to stop time at any moment. No, he's actually not. You don't have a time limit, don't worry about that. But story-wise, he can stop time at any moment. So really, we shouldn't be wasting time by having everyone go through a dungeon to get to the end. You know, we really should just have Doga and Une meet us up front. Or maybe it's like the Cave of the Circle earlier where, oh, I can't upgrade your submarine to actually go underwater. Your airship submarine, rather, sorry about that. We can't do that unless we're in this specific spot of grass. You know, maybe here, we can't do this thing that we're going to be doing. Oh boy, it's an enemy. Unless we're at this very specific spot, and oh my god, what are those things supposed to be? Well, I can tell you they're supposed to be Cyclopses. Cyclops Eye? Well, whatever it is, they've got some very good attack power actually, but not too much health and no special abilities. They're also constantly looking for something if their little animation is anything to go by, but no, you're just gonna find stalagmites and stalactites where you're looking, dude. Or maybe it's just his depth perception. Can you really have good depth perception if you have two eyes but one of your eyes is on your stomach? Not quite sure about that. It's not exactly a thing that's ever happened in real life, surprisingly enough. Nobody's been born with an eye on their stomach. To my knowledge, anyway. Maybe it is a thing that's happened. But anyway, we're actually at the end. Hey guys, how's it going? I can't wait to beat up these young'uns! Oh yeah, by the way, plot twist, in order to make the key to Eureka, they have to die. Why? Plot. Yeah? I understand, but it still doesn't make sense. No, anything but these old people we've known for all of 5 minutes each. Maybe like 7 for Une. But definitely 5 for Doga. Oh no, Doga attacks me! Ah! So we missed like half the enemies in the dungeon, but we're not missing this guy. Doga is the reason I had to power level, because he is out for blood. We have to kill him, so since we don't want to, he's trying to force us to kill him, but he's going a little overboard. He's got 22,800 HP, 89 attack, 40 defense, and the spells Flare, Froga, Blizzaga, and Thundaga. And of course he attacks twice. So, powerful physical attack, very powerful magic, and of course he can attack the entire party at the same time. Also, he's several levels ahead of what you'll probably be once you actually complete the Cave of Shadows. Like, it's a huge leap in difficulty, so I'm pretty sure you were supposed to do all the side questy stuff first, like Mognet if you have that available, going after those 3 things I was alluding to earlier, stuff like that. I mean, you can't go to Eureka before this, but I really don't know why it's just such a huge leap in difficulty, because everything after this is far easier. Doga's like one of the hardest bosses in the game if you don't grind for him. He's really not too bad here, because I can keep up with healing on William, or with William rather, and of course since I am several levels higher, I'm not just getting 1 round killed by him. Well, 1 to 2 rounds really. I can actually stand a chance. Maybe it's the HP. Probably a bit of that, a bit of defense, and a bit of the resistance. I was doing decently on damage before, I just couldn't make any progress because he kept killing me so quickly. And then, of course, once I got killed, I couldn't recover, because everyone trying to revive would just get killed, or revive someone, and then he'd kill them immediately with a party attack spell, because, you know, the AI is just like, oh, you revived someone. Well, yeah, that's gonna be a frog on the entire party. But he's dead. Hooray! Goodbye, jerk. Well, we're really sad about his death, but we're all gonna pose at the end anyway. No, he's still breathing. See, he's moving. He's fine. I barely know you, but I like you slightly more. That's what's pretty great about mortality. You get to be a spooky ghost afterwards. Well, Une still looks weird, but at least she didn't turn into a weird brain thing like Doga did. She's got 21,800 HP, 86 attack, 42 defense, and the spells Tornado, Holy, Haste, Eroga, and Protect. I found her somewhat easy, probably because of the lower defense and slightly lower HP, by 1,000, singular. But, nonetheless, she does have some— oh, well, there goes Dante. Isn't that fun? But yeah, she does have some very tough spells, like Tornado, which will drastically lower your HP, and then she can follow that up with any attack and kill you. And of course, Holy is nothing to mess with. If she casts Holy, you're kinda dead. Also, this is probably the worst thing, because now I have to revive Dante, but I have no real way to heal. Thankfully, she decided to waste a turn by casting Protect, which isn't a huge deal, and also, she attacked Xavier, who has the most HP, so they'd have to waste a turn, and thankfully everything came out well. I mean, I probably could have cured the entire party, but honestly, I'd prefer to be, safe than sorry. Better to be safe than sorry, rather. Because if I did the entire party, I used magic on all of them, then there's the possibility that might not have healed Dante all the way, and then she just kill him next round. Either party attack him, or just decide, fuck it, I'm gonna holy him. Still though, she does seem to be rather slow, which is weird because that form looks like it's supposed to be agile. But then again, not necessarily. I don't know what this form is even supposed to be. What does this battle form even do for her? Like, she could probably cast the other spells without transforming into this, so what's the point of being all lizardy weird thing? I really don't know. Well, maybe the Wars of Light will want to kill me more if I'm some weird lizard witch lady with her tongue sticking out. I think that's it. Kinda too pixelated to really tell, but I'm pretty sure that's a tongue. Yup. There's Aroga for some heavy damage. And... okay, thank goodness. Yet again, she attacked Xavier, who again has the most HP, so really, even though his defense isn't that good, half the time I'm kind of hoping the enemy just goes for him. That way, more often than not, nobody's actually going to die. So, as long as you're able to just maintain your health and kind of just get into a pattern like this of being able to survive her attacks, you should be good. I mean, it's kind of random if you'll be able to survive her attacks, of course, but I did, and now she's dead. And that takes care of that. Both annoying bosses are down. And now we get to go to Eureka. Oh, but first we gotta pose. Gotta do a little spin, because we're so sad about those old people dying. Look at that, we just murdered the old people. By the way, the Eureka key is actually our bodies. You have to carry our corpses around. Sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah, so I'm still not seeing why you're saying mortality is so great if you live for years on end, and then when you're finally killed, you get to be spooky ghosts who can still help us. So, is that the reason you like mortality, which apparently you don't have? Because eventually you'll die and be a ghost. Does that happen to everyone? We're all just ghosts and we can do important stuff still. Everyone except Zonde, who will just get a middle finger to him when he dies. Yeah, what was that about dying? Still talking. So this is why this is actually necessary. You get the Eureka key, and also the key you need to actually progress into the final dungeon of the game. If you go in, there's a door that can stop you, so you can only explore the first floor. Oh, there go the old people. They're dead. You know, because they disappeared. Well, that about wraps it up. Once you leave Togas Grotto, I don't believe you can actually go back in, so, hopefully you got everything. You can still squat in Toga's house, and the healing's still free. It's just kind of depressing, because the Moogles will start asking, where's father, and you kind of have to avoid the question the best you can, and I don't want to deal with that. At least we still have our cool houseboat at which we can sleep, so we don't need to deal with that junk. No more squatting for us. So, once I just maneuver myself into position... Right, so, next time on Final Fantasy III... Well, we do have that Eureka key, so why don't we go to Eureka? That seems like a good plan.